Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? This is your girl, Sunny of Media Made Magazine. Here with y'all today. Got my boy Stan in the background on the one, the two, doing his do. What up, Stan?
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
You guys, today we have an incredibly gifted artist, photographer, actress, and much, much more, a businesswoman. We're going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to get right into it. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. How's the industry treating you?
Oh, pretty good. Things are coming up, and I'm just loving like every opportunity.
That's the best. Okay, well, we're gonna get right into it. Go ahead and let everybody know your name, and then also let everyone know where you're originally from
Okay.
and what you do.
My name's Jasmine Coleman. I also go by Miss J. Cole. I am a model, photographer, former Miss Arizona International 2018. I'm an actress, and I also I have a magazine, and I'm a show. So I do
Wow.
it all.
Okay. So let's. I want to take it to the beginning though. Like, who is Jasmine Coleman? Like your upbringing. Explain a little bit about your upbringing and how was your upbringing and what led you to the point of you wanting to become the model, the acting, and all that good stuff.
Well, Jasmine Coleman is originally from Arizona. I'm from Arizona. I'm born and raised. I was born in Tucson.
Okay.
And then we moved out to Phoenix area. So that I have, I forgot. Oh my goodness, not even that many.
You know what? I can't even count on mine because I get yeah, it's a lot of us on my dad's side, so it's like 14 of us.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no small family. I have two brothers,
Okay.
a sister and a stepsister. So that's my family. I have three kids and two grandchildren.
Okay.
So growing up, I was always a performing arts kid.
Okay.
So I started dance when I was about 3 years old. And it just progressed from there from dance, gymnastics, baton, twirling. I did ballet, tap dance, like I played the drums in high school. I
Really?
was in the marching band, and I've always just wanted to. I was one of those kids that saw things and then wanted to. So when I saw Vanessa Williams get her cramps back in,
I love Vanessa Williams.
and when I saw her get her crown, I was like, oh, I wanna be in a pageant too.
Okay.
You know, when I would see actors and actresses, I would like to do that too. When I saw, oh,
Okay.
like, I want to be a talk show host too. I want to know what that's like, what that experience is like. And I've just always been like that. When I saw Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks,
Tyra Banks.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to model. So when I was 16, I put myself through modeling.
Okay.
I got a job just for that. And I put myself through modeling school. So I went to modeling school when I was 16, and kept up with everything else, dance and all of that. And I let it go.
Okay.
Honestly, like
Right.
you
Right.
go to college, you have kids, you have family. So I kind of just stopped all of it, because at that point, like, my children, it was more important
Right.
than my dreams,
Right.
pretty much. So I put that on the back burner.
Okay.
And then later on, I started picking it back up. Like, I did photo shoots and decided, hey, I think I want to check them out. So then I went from there, and then I wanted to do TV and acting, so I became a background actress.
So when did you get your first like big break in modeling? Like when you said you started back in modeling. When did you get your actual big break from that?
My actual big break was when I was
Really? Explain what you did with that.
so so with that, I put my daughter in the pageant first.
Okay.
The year before, so 2017, she went in for team, so the team
Okay.
Arizona International, and so she won first runner up.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yes,
with that.
congratulations to her. And then so the next year, yeah, she wanted to go back.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay. And then found out there was a married category for my age. She's like, come on, you want to do it? It's something you've always wanted to do.
Right.
Graduating high school, so let's create this memory together. So she went for teams in her division.
that's amazing. That is amazing. Well, congratulations to you on
Thank you.
that. That is so inspiring to hear about that and different stories within your modeling journey. Um, okay, so with modeling and different things like that, did that stem into you becoming wanting to do like the photography and the acting all conglomerated into one, or was it just kind of like, okay, I'm doing the modeling, and then did it just all come naturally, or did it just like,
It kind of all came naturally. The acting I wanted to do, so I was an acting in high school.
Okay.
So I did a few plays in high school,
okay,
and then the movie Extra and all that stuff came before the pageant.
okay,
So I've been doing that for a while. Like I had my kids in it. We were all actors.
really,
Yeah, we were all doing movie
okay,
extra stuff, and then we were background actors. And, my son started getting more parts, but for the kids, when the grades fall,
right, right. You can't,
So-
yeah, you gotta get on, stay on them. They gotta stay on, keep them grades up, and
Yeah.
you know,
So we fell out of it kind of, for a
Okay.
while to get the grades and everything together, and then the pageant happened. And when that happened, it kind of just reignited the fire.
Okay.
To want to do everything.
So let me ask a question too, because I never usually ask when people want to act and different things like that. Like, is it hard remembering lines and different things like that? Like when you're acting, because you get so many pages, like 500 pages, 200 pages, to be able to remember all of those lines. And like even with the kids and stuff like that, is it like was it super hard to kind of like remember this stuff and stay on it, or?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was hard to remember lines. But you always have your script, and then like in movies and TV, you're not doing everything right then and there. So they might say, okay, we're gonna do scenes 3 and 4.
Okay.
So even though I've read the script, practiced everything, we're doing okay. We go back to script 3 and 4, and then look at my lines just for that part. Okay. And then I can remember. There's so many takes and cuts. So, yeah. It's blended together nicely, but there's so many times like, wait, what is my line? Or add lib do it and then just
Okay, so how are you able to balance your diverse roles into like chief editor, modeling, photography, acting, like all of that stuff? How was you able to balance like all of that just into like one by yourself? Did you do it by yourself, or did you have a team, or?
I do it by myself. It's a challenge to make sure everything's balanced. Photography, I started photography from modeling.
Okay.
So my photographer at the time was passed away. Thanks,
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was like he was amazing. So he was like with modeling and photography for a while. So we did a lot. We did fashion week and all that stuff. So and then he trained me at the time.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, because I was gonna say I know when you're modeling, you kind of have a niche and an eye of how you want your pictures to be and certain things like that. So he trained you as a photography. So when you first started, were your pictures like really good? Like when you first started, or did you feel like you still needed some work, or after he trained you, or how did that come? Or when did you get your first big break like in photography? Or?
I felt like I needed work.
Mhm.
At first I was just shooting like
Okay.
we would go downtown and shoot scenery.
Okay.
And I have a really good eye for that.
Okay.
So some of it I was told came natural because I was good.
Okay.
My big break in the photography was shooting for Runway. So we put me to Phoenix Fashion Week once, and we can shoot it.
Okay.
So
He just put you right on it,
pretty
huh?
much put me right in the fire, and then
Ooh, how was that?
it was good.
Okay.
And I think because I have been on the runway before, it's kind of like, how do I can shoot the way that I want to shoot.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, I kind of found my niche, or I call it my sweet spot.
Mhm.
When you get on, when you're on the runway, or you're on the end of the runway, I just got to see it from view.
So you pretty much learned kind of like just even watching him, but you pretty much learned just the whole scenery of things and pageantry and different things like that. You just kind of
Mhm. Yeah, just from being in that industry and what I've learned as a mouse. So it's really helped me. So that was balance. And then the magazine is actually hidden.
Okay.
So we are linked through what they call GI, Great Entertainment, and that's based in New York. There's different offices throughout the States. And Mosey was president of Arizona.
Okay.
So after he had passed, they passed the torch to me. So I'm actually president of GI Arizona.
Okay.
So with that came the magazine.
Okay. And what's the name of the magazine?
Sexy is not a size.
Okay, explain that. What's the concept behind that? The name.
I came up with it.
Okay.
What I wanted to embrace the industry, but beyond the regular beauty standards.
Okay.
So now you have to be a size 2 or size
Right.
3 to have that model beauty standard.
Because we've all seen America's Next Top Model and just different things like that. Naomi Campbell, all of them.
Right.
How do you have to be
Right.
Okay. So you were giving opportunities to the plus size and different things like that.
Right.
Was it just plus size, or did you still kind of like let other sizes like?
It's all size inclusive,
Okay.
but it's the message mainly is it's just sexy is not your size. Sexy is not just about size. It's about how you carry yourself, your confidence level, how you stretch yourself, so to push beyond the beauty standards. Because I'm a plus size mom myself.
Right.
And and I was with Arizona. So the size didn't matter.
Right.
So it was influence of your confidence and everything like that. So the magazine is about celebrating the sizes of people, not just women, men, women, like my issue with big and tall, all big and tall men. So men, women, doesn't matter size, it doesn't matter if you have handicaps, it's just how you define sexy as yourself.
I love that. Okay. So is this so is it like print or downloadable? Is it like publication anywhere where it could be like found or bought or anything like that with the magazine?
Yes. It is downloadable and it's in print. Okay. So it's on SIN.
Okay, so let's go into the Soul Session show. Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
Right. Soul Session show is about celebrating the local artists and just getting the exposure to them, like their journey. What was their soul self? What made them want to become an artist? Okay, and how that takes them wherever they go. The inspiration behind that was I've had shows before, podcast shows, but I really wanted to do something centered. Okay. I have a niece who sings locally out here, her name is Michelle Nate. Okay. And she sings everywhere. And that was one of my first experiences. I was like, I really want to help her get recognized and get the exposure that she deserves. But she's out there working. But not only that, well, there's other people in that same, in the same industry here in Arizona that are really working for this.
Right.
Their story needs to be told.
Oh yeah.
Who they are and what they're up to, what they're doing. So that's what was the inspiration behind the show. So to sit the artists there, talk to them, get to know who they are, and they someone interview. So it's actually recorded.
Oh, that's super. That's so I kind of like performing to your performer like you there because I was just gonna ask you to do it like a where they can come perform or show or different things like that. And,
it's done right in our studio.
So when is the Soul Session show and like how can like people be able to be on the show? Is it still going?
Yes, it's still going. We do a few tapings a month, and then we release. Right now, we release one a month, and it's on YouTube at Soul Session Show. We'll go to Soul Session Show on all media platforms. And to get in touch with us, it's soulsessionshow@gmail.com, or you can look us up on Instagram, Soul Session Show. Just send us a message. But yeah, we're on TikTok. We're on.
Y'all heard that. So it's no excuse that you give out stuff for artists all the time here in Arizona.
Yes,
we just gotta want it and want it.
Yeah, we're always looking for new artists. All you have to do is just send a message and say, "Hey, check out my stuff," and we'll check you out. You know, we'll get your, see if you're on Apple Music and stuff like that. Give us a sample of what you have. We'll look it up and we'll look at it for you. And that's it. So I know we just had one that dropped over Thanksgiving. Over Thanksgiving, it's out now. The newest one is with artist Steven.
Okay.
So yeah, check it out. I really like it. We started it probably about a year ago. It's something I've wanted to do for years. And then I was going to do that with, with other people.
Right.
So I'm kind of some time off and started back up with doing it, films, photography, lifestyle jobs. That's my business partner and and producer of the show.
Okay. Okay. So as president of the Arizona division of GEI, what is your main goals and focus for that and the mission for that?
The mission for GEI is one, the magazine, and another one is to do host events and everything. GEI that there's a TV network on Roku, GEI network, and it's just a platform for entertainment, for music, for modeling, for artists. We did a fashion show in Florida recently with the Florida chapter of some stuff like fashion show. Yeah, so me supporting the plus size industry, that is what is on the plan for.
So being a plus size model, how do you advocate for like body positivity, working different things like that, and for other queens that they want to join or feel like they can't join because of their size and stuff? How do you advocate for that?
I just continue to be an example. I lead by example, and my whole thing and my platform is about having confidence. It's all about self confidence. The magazine is one of those platforms to help advocate. I support the Full Figure Industry Awards, which is in New York. And like I was just out there for that number for outstanding photographer. But they have model of the year, plus size model, they have all of that. And it's about, it's about the plus size community.
Because I know it got to be hard, like for like sometimes. Because I used to be with 200% different things like that, and she did a lot, like yeah, for her size and stuff. And I see her, it was beautiful. Yeah, she's very beautiful. But, I mean, I know it gets kind of hard too. So,
Yes, it does.
It's important too sometimes too, but you do have to watch your health too sometimes too as well.
Yes, and some people, get it mixed up that overweight is not healthy.
Right.
But there's, it's with that. Like I work out, I have, a trainer and everything.
Okay.
And so, I'm healthy.
Right.
I'm
good. Right.
I mean, it fluctuates, goes up and down, but yeah, you do have to. For me, I stay in the gym and everything like that, and I'm still, I'm still curvy, you know. But yeah, we get, especially in Arizona, I'll say that I don't feel that the plus size industry is supported in Arizona. So I've been to shooting runway. I've been to many shows, and you have one plus size. Sometimes none. I've gone to casting calls out, and I walk in New York, so it's not that I don't know how to walk the runway, or own it and stuff like that. But I do feel like size is a factor in Arizona.
Really?
Yes. I still show up. Like I'm gonna show up.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, I'm still gonna show up. I'm not gonna let that stop me. But I've noticed that it's not supported out. There's one plus size event that happens twice a year, and it's the Full Figure Expo, and so
you're just trying to bring more plus size events and different things like this. Like a fashion show or it's a plus size. Get that out and get them going there.
Just do more size inclusive things. I see it starting to embrace the fashion industry in Arizona, but again, I feel like there's a as far as that type of work. You have So yeah, maybe some smaller children may support profiles, but like, you don't really see. There's one, I want to say, probably in section the last time. And I was excited because oh, you're embracing profiles. There's one,
Right,
you know,
right.
out of there's so many people that I feel that are hungry for it, but the problem is that where do you start?
Right,
Like,
right.
Where do you start? And I think that's where my platform is. Like, I'm at that point where I've done modeling,
Right.
I've done the pageant, I've done, all these things, and now you're about it. So,
Right. So what are some of the what are some of the challenges that you face as a multi-talented professional, and even in Arizona or wherever you've been, traveling, and how were you able to like overcome it? Like what have you faced any challenges?
some of the challenges are the work-life balance, or just the when you asked before, how do I balance everything?
Yeah.
And that's sometimes a challenge because there's so much, one person.
Yeah.
Like being in so many different things restrictions. So I just overcoming uh, a small skill, but it's just you gotta pace everything out. Your calendar.
Of course, that's really like most important. That's what we work over here at Media Maid. We always try to keep our calendars going, make sure we know when we have events and different things like that, because we can slip up and be like, oh shoot, we forgot about it.
Yeah.
And we can look for stuff and then, but yeah, that's very, 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 very important. Very important. Okay. So, what keeps you motivated in your journey of inspiring others and managing some of your responsibilities?
My family, my children is one, and that's what keeps me motivated because it goes around my model of you know, be the example. So I am that example of my family, to keep going. It gets hard, but you got to keep going. Um, you know, yes, you're working, you're doing everything that you can, but try to create something for yourself and to build a legacy. That's one, that's motivation. And another one is my late friend. I'm going first.
Okay.
Mosey, Mosey Jelani. Like one of the things that's kept me going with photography and magazine and the position that I was, blessed with GEI is that he laid that foundation. And I feel like in the training and everything else, like he set me up for this,
Right.
to continue that legacy. So one thing I want to do is just be proud of myself, and I know that he's proud behind the work that I do. So I keep it going to just keep that legacy alive.
Okay. Do you have a team, or do you have a team that helps you, or do you have, or shall I say, do you teach different courses or teach people like how to, become modeling, or anybody that wants to do modeling, acting, and stuff like that? Or have you ever thought about doing that?
I've thought about it, and I'm moving in that direction.
Okay.
At one point, I wanted to just do it, but just like
right,
being stretched too thin, you can't. So you kind of got to let a few things go. I have mentored people just if you message me and I have questions. Yeah, I will, direct you on where you need to go and help you that way. I've had a few people reach out to me, so I'm starting that. And but it's something that I've wanted to do. So I just feel like now, since I've done everything on here, then it's time to. I really do want to teach the younger generation on how to get started and modeling too. I get asked questions about where to go, what's casting,
right.
So it's time.
Okay.
Certain things keep coming back around, and so it's time. And I'll say everything that I wanted to do when I was a little kid. Yeah, now later, when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, I'm actually doing everything that I said I wanted to do.
Manifestation is real. You have to be able to have a goal and a plan to be able to, live out whatever it is that you do. And write your goals down.
Yeah.
So that's important too. Some people don't do
No, they don't. And I was one of those. I didn't write anything down. It was just something that's
Motivation,
always
you kept
been
going.
there.
Yeah, you just stuck with it. It's a thought.
Yeah.
What are some of your most upcoming projects that you're really like most excited about that you're
They're working on plans for fashion shows. Trying to do my thing there.
doing?
It's coming along good. It's coming along good. One, planning to continuing with the slow session show. Have some things that we're looking to do differently in 2025. The show, like to do more. There's just some stuff out there that be working on.
Right.
Doing that, going back to New York Fashion Week coming up, and just continue to work on my craft photography wise. One thing I shoot just about everything. But I'm looking forward to I want to shoot bigger videos like concerts and stuff. So I'll just be working on my craft and just continue to just keep along with the flow and yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you have for anybody that's like an upcoming model, photography, actress, or because you do it all? What advice would you have for
The best advice I can give is, go for the opportunity. Don't be afraid. One thing I had told someone, a lot of the times we are our own person.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, we got to plan. We got to think about this. We got to study this. We got to do this. But before I do this, I want to, make sure I have all my ducks in a row. I want to make sure I know. And I fell victim to that too.
And you got to complete the project first too. You just can't just go to it and say, "Oh, forget about it." You got to really, if you're gonna stick with it, stick with that project, finish it.
Yes, you got to, follow it all the way through. Don't be afraid to, you know, open up yourself to a new opportunity. And if you're in a room full of people, do not be afraid to case the room. Do not be afraid to network because you'll never know what opportunities are in
And that's what I would say all that a lot of people they get shy when they come to these networking events. I understand them like just sit around and they don't get out there engaged. And so one thing like fans call me from Media Made, like I just go out there and do it. Like I'm a people person, so I go out there and talk. You gotta get that out there and talk. Networking is important. So people don't realize that. That's how you build your clientele list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you were never had we not spoken a few months ago,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have
That's why
you're
you're here tonight. Yeah. Networking.
Yeah, networking, and you just never know. You never know. So anytime I get an opportunity, I open my mouth. I introduce myself, say what I do, what I want to do. Just a couple weeks ago, I shot an Irish dance competition for 3 days.
Really?
Yes.
Explain that. How did you get into that?
There was a post somebody was looking for it was a post in one of those photography groups and they were looking for photographers and it just said dance competition.
Say what you just said at first. Groups.
It was a group.
Guys, when you're on social media or wherever you're at and you're posting on social media, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you're at, go on them groups and look up events.
Yeah. And they'll put
events in your neighborhood that's happening. You'll be able to go out there and just.
And I've never shot one of them in my life. And Irish dance. It's like, okay, I'm up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other photographers that were there, I introduced myself. Yeah. I found out one shoot complex. I was like, oh really? Well, how do you get into that? Well, I shoot for, this publication, this one. And he gave me the floor plan.
Yeah.
And we connected on social media. So he's like, any questions you have, feel free to ask.
That's how media made. That's how we're world we know nationwide, not just even in Arizona. People just know us and we go out. Oh, it's media made. We look, saying it's everybody know us. You know what I'm saying? Because we get out and network with everybody, and then if you see an event, okay, we got this event coming. just did email yesterday. So
networking is important. And you asked me about team. I
Yeah.
do work with, I also work with Stan Jones from the Films Photography.
okay.
And he's like, he networks a lot. So a lot of the times in those groups, he's always working with them. And they'll say, hey, are you available? For this, we got this, or I tagged you in this. And like, I won't even see that. I'm like, sometimes I'm at work, so I have a lot that goes on. You're like, hey, oh, okay. And I'm gonna look at it and then reach out. And so he's taught me that. So when you get tagged, reach out to the person. So that too, when you get tagged in something, don't be afraid to reach out. Just say, hey, reach out to whoever was looking for a photographer or whoever. Like, hey.
Also tell the importance about showing up too. You say you're gonna be somewhere, but then you don't come.
Gotta show
like I know,
up.
have you ran into that before? Like people like canceling their shifts on the day of, or people, different things like that.
Yes, and it's happened a lot with models. And so I tell one of the things that I tell models, if you commit to it, make sure that you show up and do the job. Make sure that you're there. Make sure you're early too as well, because early is on time.
I think sometimes unless you're really sick and you got COVID, and you get something booked, even on Media Made or even with, modeling competitions and different things like that, and you don't show up, that means you don't take your craft seriously. I wouldn't book you for the next 6 months or something like that, because it's like you don't take your craft seriously. You're not showing up to your,
sometimes that one opportunity is the only one you got. And
you never know who will be in it.
So I always say, if you're, and a lot of times I stretch myself then, but I'm like, but I committed to this. So like last weekend or a couple weekends ago when I did the Irish dance competition, I had also, like before I knew that I got that position, because I had applied for it like weeks before, I didn't hear anything. So the lady that she does movies, she's like, hey, can you come down to BTS photography for this? Sure. Put it on my calendar, everything. The following week, I got the call saying, hey, yes, we need you for this.
Right.
So, I reached out to her immediately and was like, hey, I have this going on. But I know I committed to it. She was like, that's fine if you can make it when you're done. We'll be here till 9 p.m. Okay, sure, no problem.
I want you to touch base a little bit, because we're speaking on this, speaking on networking, and the importance of kind of like, because certain people that've done stuff for free before, free and paid, but like, what is your take on that? And then like, do you feel like you have to start free at first, to boost yourself up, or to boost it, to get your networking out there, to get your business out there, and then lead way into, charging for your services? Or how do you feel about that?
That's how I started. I started, I did free stuff because I didn't feel like I was strong enough as a photographer to do, to start charging people. But I was told, even though you're learning, even if you're charging $25, $50 to charge something, because you're still doing it. You still have to shoot that shot. You still have to go home and take it. You still are paying for it. It's still, yes. But even now, I will say, I still do stuff for free. Not a lot. Like, I don't do a lot of TFP shoots, like from models and stuff. But if there's something that I want to shoot, then I'll go do it. If there's an event that I want, I'm like, I've never done this before. I want this experience. So I'll go.
Because you have that on your resume.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, no, don't open yourself to everything for free, but you need to practice, you need to learn, you always need to enhance your craft. So there's some things you do because that's what you want to do. Or if I have a concept that I want to shoot, and I'll ask a model to do it. And I may not be able to, because models get paid. I will. I'm an advocate. Models should definitely get paid. But if I can't pay them, I can't pay you for this. But I'm going to give you this is the trade. That's what TFP is for. Like,
Okay.
the trade is a trade. I'm using you.
Right,
Your time and your
right,
skill, and you're helping me with my skill. So I'll just do free photo shoot, whatever, so that I can learn them. And I find a few people that I can work with like that are open to everybody. Right?
We got interns too.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right, let's okay, so that was good. Okay, for the listeners, go ahead and tell people what's new, like what you got coming up, again, like in 2025, and what's your next step is there.
For 2025. Keep watching the Soul Session Show on all social media platforms. We have some stuff, some amazing artists that we're going to be releasing and introducing in Arizona and the world too. Um, keep keep watching out for that. Keep watching, following Santa's magazine. Sexy is not a size. So there'll be some new issues dropping. There's one that's coming out soon.
Okay.
Probably the end of the week. There's that magazine will be dropping. There's some stuff going on with Santa's magazine as well as GEI movies. There, just keep watch. I just did I did a small part. In acting, they say no part is small, but I have a part. So that will be out.
You have a IMDb program?
I do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I do.
It's
I have
important to have
IMDb.
that too. Okay.
Yes. So I have that. So just continue just following Miss J. Cole on Instagram is Miss MSJAYCOLE, Miss J. Cole, and Moments by Miss J. Cole. Everything comes with Miss J. Cole.
Hey.
But, Moments by Miss J. Cole and the Soul Session Show. And just continue to follow and support, and see what we got going on.
Yeah. I appreciate you. We appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, guys. You heard it first right here on GMA Magazine.